In this video, I'm going to show you how to install Ubuntu 24.04 LTS ARM64 desktop on M1, M2, or M3 Apple Silicon Macs using UTM. With UTM, you can run Ubuntu 24.04 inside a virtual machine with hardware OpenGL acceleration on any Apple Silicon Mac. Unlike Intel, Apple Silicon allows virtual machines to achieve bare metal performance. But thanks to the UTM, which allows running ARM64 operating systems on Apple Silicon at nearly native speeds. For demonstration, I used an Apple MacBook Air with M1 chip in the video. The procedure will be the same for any Mac. To install Ubuntu 24.04, you need to reserve at least 70 GB or more free space on the macOS. Now go to this link using a web browser, which will take you to this download page. Go ahead and click on this button to download UTM. While it's downloading in the background, head over to the second link. Click on this button to download the Ubuntu 24.04 Server Edition for ARM. Once both files are downloaded, place them on your desktop for easier navigation. Now double-click the UTM DMG file and drag the icon into an Applications folder. Then eject the UTM from the desktop. Now open Finder, select Applications, and open UTM. It's time to create a new virtual machine. To do so, click on this button. UTM allows two options, Virtualize and Emulate. Virtualize is faster, but can only run the native CPU architecture, whereas Emulate is much slower, but can run other CPU architectures. Since we have downloaded Ubuntu ARM64 ISO and Apple Silicon Macs are ARM-based, choose Virtualize for faster performance. Then select Linux. Leave the first two options unchecked. Import the Ubuntu ARM64 ISO and click on Continue. Configure the virtual machine by selecting the memory and CPU cores. In this case, my Mac has 8 gigs of RAM, so I'm going to use half of them, and the same goes for the CPU cores. So allocating more CPU cores and RAM improves the performance of the virtual machine. Then enable hardware OpenGL acceleration for a smoother desktop experience. Now keep in mind, this feature may or may not work properly as intended. It may be caused by newer Linux drivers. I tested this on my M1 Mac. It works fine with no issues. In case you face any issues like a black screen, broken compositing, or apps fail to render, create a new virtual machine from scratch by deselecting this option. Anyway, I'm going to use hardware acceleration and click on Continue. Now by default, UTM allocates 64 GB of free space for Ubuntu. For now, I'm going to use 50 GB of free space and then leave the shared directory unchecked. Then name the virtual machine and click on Continue. And that's it, we have done creating a virtual machine. Now from the sidebar, you can select the VM and click on its settings to make any changes. But for now, I'll leave it untouched and click on the play button to run the virtual machine. Now once you see this text within the virtual machine, click Inside, select the first option using the arrow keys and press the Enter key to load the Ubuntu Live installer. Now keep in mind, when you tap inside a virtual machine, the cursor will be bound to the guest OS. The release, press Ctrl plus Option to regain control of the cursor within the host OS. Now you can see a text-based user interface. Use the up and down arrow keys to scroll through the options and press Enter key to make a selection. Now select the system language. Simply highlight the option with arrow keys and press Enter to make a selection. Then select your keyboard layout. I'm going to leave it as default. Now choose the first option, that is Ubuntu base server, for the installation and click on Done. Then for the network configuration, leave it as default, and the same goes for the proxy configuration. Now wait for a few seconds to fetch the Ubuntu mirrors and choose Done. Then select the entire disk to wipe the virtual drive. This is the file system summary and the partitions it's going to make, and choose Done. You will see this message, everything will be formatted. Don't worry, it won't wipe anything on macOS. Choose to continue to accept the changes. Then create a profile by providing your name, username, server name, and password. It's recommended to keep the name and username as same. Then click on Done. Now I'm going to skip the Ubuntu Pro subscription and choose to continue. You can choose to use the SSH server to enable secure remote access to your server. Then click on Done. I'm going to select nothing over here and click on Done. Now the Ubuntu server installation will start. It may take a few minutes, so please be patient. Now once the installation is complete, reboot the virtual machine. In case it fails to boot, click on this button to force restart the virtual machine. If you notice, it again booted into the Ubuntu installer. In such cases, click on this button to forcefully shut down the virtual machine. Then using the UTM menu bar, click on the window, select UTM to open the main user interface. Now select the VM from the sidebar, click on the CD or DVD option, and choose Clear to unmount the ISO. Now once done, click on the play button to boot into Ubuntu. Now go ahead and log in with your username and password that we created earlier. And voila, now you can see the prompt has changed. The first thing to do after setting up the Ubuntu server is to update the system. Go ahead and enter the following command to retrieve the latest package information from the sources and upgrade all the packages. Since we chose to use the Ubuntu server that comes without GUI, so it's time to install the GNOME desktop environment, which provides a user interface. To do so, first type this command to set up task SEL. Once it's done, type this command to set up the Ubuntu desktop. Now this is a big package and requires internet to download, so make sure your host OS is connected to Wi-Fi. The setting up GNOME desktop may take around 30 to 40 minutes, sometimes even more than that, so please be patient and do not interrupt your Mac. It's recommended to connect to the power source while setting up the desktop environment. Once it's done, go ahead and type this command to reboot the virtual machine. Congratulations, you will now see a GUI with a login page. Now click on the username and enter your password to log in. Let me go to settings and show you the installed version of Ubuntu. Now by default, the animations and transitions work in Ubuntu because the VM uses hardware rendering, but the resolution seems to not be good, and we're gonna fix that in a moment. But for now, let's open the terminal and type this command to enable directory sharing. Once it's done, type another command to shut down the virtual machine. Now head over to VM settings. Click on sharing, enable clipboard sharing, and change the directory share mode to Spice Web Dev. Now click on Browse and choose the macOS directory you want to share or mount inside the Ubuntu virtual machine. In my case, I'm going to share the macOS downloads folder with the Ubuntu virtual machine. You can also enable read-only permission if needed. Then click on Display and enable the Retina mode, which allows you to scale up the Ubuntu user interface. Once everything is set up, click on the play button to start the virtual machine. Now you can see the VM is using full screen resolution and the UI elements look very tiny. To fix this, head over to Ubuntu settings, choose Displays, and set the scale value to 200%. And voila, now you can see the perfect resolution and the text is crisp and clear. Notice that if I jump into full screen mode, UTM dynamically adjusts the user interface. Now, thanks to the hardware OpenGL acceleration, this indeed improves the performance of GUI applications. The animations and transitions are buttery smooth when opening the applications. I feel like I'm running Ubuntu on a bare metal, so allocating more CPU cores and RAM indeed makes the VM respond faster. Now apart from that, Ubuntu runs perfectly fine with no major issues on Apple Silicon Macs. I also tested some games like SuperTalks, and the gameplay was very impressive. Now, as a bonus part of the video, in case you dislike Ubuntu and decide to remove it, first turn off the Ubuntu VM, then using the UTM menu bar, click on the window, choose UTM, select the Ubuntu VM from the sidebar, right-click on it and choose Delete. And that's pretty much it. This is how you can install Ubuntu 24.04 LTS on M1, M2, and M3 Macs using UTM for free of cost. Let me know what do you think about it. If you have any questions or doubts, do post them in the comment section down below and I will try to help you. And thank you so much for watching. This has been KSK Ryle. I will see you in the next one.